There's everything to say and nothing to say. We just take a moment here to honor him. I don't think we've ever done this before, but we have a song we sing to activists, and we're going to sing it to him today. It's very different to sing to someone who's died than someone alive in front of you. But the remarkable power of our imagination to bring him into the room.
He's alive!
Presente!
Presente!
So, Dr. King. Thank you.
Long days, many long nights, days spent standing, days spent sitting, tired feet, light soul, days spent meeting, light soul, tired feet, many long days, many long nights, days spent winning, days spent losing, sad news, happy news, days spent talking, nights spent talking, happy news, sad news, greet me as a friend, greet me as a stranger, I have got this gratitude, I have got this gratitude, I have got this gratitude.
Many long days,
Many long days,
many long
nights, days spent marching,
days spent
days
marching,
spent shouting,
days spent shouting,
staying free, nights spent dreaming, staying free, getting free, greet me as a friend, greet me as a stranger, I have got this gratitude,
Dr. King.
I have got this gratitude, I have got this gratitude, fall through the stars, your brave body will carry you, the beat, beat, beat of the heart, unbroken love and courage, justice and love and justice, courage and love, greet us as a friend, greet us as a stranger, we have got this gratitude, we have got this gratitude, we have got this gratitude. Beautiful
Learn that we are the earth. We are the earth too. Feel the earth here in this room and have it a see. Come on in and be with us. All of your life we feel it in our body. We know we're walking ecosystems. We need your blessing. A dangerous journey right now. Hey! Living life for the earth. Plant the seed. Grow with the life. Feel the life everywhere. Everybody in this room right now, hold on to the earth. Hey! Hallelujah!
Tortuguita, a young person fighting in Cop City in Atlanta, Georgia, was murdered by the police defending a forest.
Right.
Tortuguita died a year ago. Fran's getting his picture. Thank you, Fran. And a year ago, many of us in this room were arrested defending a grandmother tree, Matilde, down in East River Park. And here's Tortuguita. Let's not forget Tortuguita. Murdered in a tent by the police.
Tortuguita.
Presente.
Los pajarillos no cantan, no tienen donde anidar. Ya any skills. Are you a homo communist? Is there anyone you can call for help? There's many reasons for leaving as for living, and the cause for leaving is living. We got to live, but we try to leave and it's like, hey! Did you shout from the crowd in the jail how we map out our fantastic every single way across the constellation? We're on the move, burning our bodies of the earth, washing out borders, burying walls. We're on the move, washing out borders, burying walls. Love at the gate, that's the sound of justice. Love at the gate. That's the sound of justice. Justice! Love at the gate. That's the sound of justice. Justice. Love at the gate. That's the sound of justice. Justice. Love at the gate. That's the sound of justice. Justice. Love at the gate. That's the sound of justice. Justice. Love at the gate. That's the sound of justice. Justice. Love at the gate. That's the sound of. That's the sound of. That's the sound of justice.
Welcome, everybody. I'd like to share with you a story from when I was like 11 or 12 or something. I was a bird watcher. Any birders here? Birders, you can admit it. You can. Well, I wanted to be a hotshot. I memorized all the birds and wrote letters to famous ornithologists. And I was going to be my career. I was going to be a bird watching pro. And we lived in eastern South Dakota at this time, and I had this friend, my dentist, Dr. Moriarty, and he was a birder too. And Dr. Moriarty was like 60 years old, and Dr. Moriarty said, "Whoa!" That's what Dr. Moriarty said. We called him Maury for short, because the ERT was a little bit hard. Maury. He said, "Let's go to the Wilson Ornithological Society annual conference, which is, all the elite birders, professors, and, what have you." And they met in the Black Hills this year. So Maury and I lit out across that long state, and then gradually the four presidents kind of come out of the horizon. And it takes a long time. It's like Pennsylvania or something. It takes a long time. We finally got there, and then Crazy Horse is just on the other side of the four presidents, and I always felt like Crazy Horse was chasing them. And they started to do this. I didn't expect this. I don't know what I expected. Maybe I didn't know what to expect. But these ornithologists started reading their papers to each other, and it was terribly boring for a kid like me. I just, what the hell? And I remember there was this one time, this guy, I remember specifically, I was becoming so traumatized. It was in the afternoon of the second day. Sitting there with Maureen, my dentist, guys. You gotta get out of here. And it was, I remember the guy was giving a paper about cowbird mating habits in Louisiana, something like that. Cowbird mating habits. Kind of seems sort of fascinating now, doesn't it? So I just said, I'm out of here. So I walked out, And I walked in the woods, and I found a path, and I was walking on the path, and all of a sudden I was dive-bombed by a, identified it immediately, being a birder like I am. Boom! You're a goshawk. It's a goshawk. A goshawk's a big, sleek, gray, beautiful bird, stealthy bird. Kills other birds, kills lots of things in the forest, has this famous maneuverability, flies through the shadows. And then I got attacked again by the same bird. And as I kept walking, I started thinking, something's up. And it occurred to me, if I keep getting attacked at an increasing rate in this direction, that means I'm getting closer to the bird's nest. And sure enough, that's what happened. Then I walked the other way and less attacks. It's like, oh, well. And so I went and walked and came out into this opening. And on the right was a cliff. And on the left was this steep gorge. And there was this Douglas fir tree coming from way down there, way up, 2 centuries old or something. And at the top, sure enough, there was the goshawk nest with the young there and the mate. And I had never seen that before, and I was full of pride because I had just found a goshawk nest. And they're rare. You can't find them. So I watched it a while, sat down on the cliff. Kind of was like bleachers, kind of tiers. You could sit there. It was like a little theater. And maybe this was a portentous moment of becoming a theater producer later in life. And then it occurred to me, you know what? That cowbird paper couldn't be more boring, and I bet those people would love to be out here. Watching this rare, watching the parents bring dead prairie dogs back in their talons. And so I ran up the path to this kind of rustic conference center where all the professor birders were having their conclave. And I walked in, and then I recognized that there was a new man who had joined us. And I could see that it was Roger Tory Peterson. I could see that it was the Leonard Bernstein of the American birder community, right there. And I was excited to see him, and I walked right up to him, and I leaned over him, and I said, Mr. Peterson, I have found, and I could hear the cowbird statistics flowing overhead, I have found a goshawk nest that you can see from the side of this cliff. You can see right down into it. And the 2 parent birds are flying around, and the 3 young there. It's amazing. What do you think? You want to go see that instead of this? I thought I could walk Roger Troy Peterson right out of that lecture. And he said, just wait a minute. And so the man came to an end, and Roger Tory Peterson stood up, and he faced the crowd. And he said, this young man has found an interesting thing, a goshawk nest with 3 young hawks in the nest with the parents tending to it. I think it's a very interesting thing. He says it's easy to see. It's just a ways from here. You want to follow us? And so we followed Roger Tory Peterson and me. All right. Right out of there. On the back of my shoulder, that cowbird professor was still there, trying to organize his notes. So we walked up that path, and I kind of waited for that goshawk to attack us. I think it was probably the female goshawk, because they're larger than the males, and they're the alpha situation. But didn't quite attack us. Maybe she was impressed by the crowd, right? And there might be 70 or 80 of us. We walked up to my bleacher system there. I didn't charge anything for the tickets. And then there it was, as promised. And they watched the comings and goings of the mature goshawks, amazing birds, grand. And then the desperate young. Young hawks are called Eyas, E-Y-A. Young owls are called owlets. Young geese are called goslings. Young swans are called what's that called? Cygnets. Cygnets? The ballet, the famous ballet. And now I would like to spend the next half hour telling you what all the young... Tempo. Then all of a sudden, two young ornithologists stood up, maybe not full professors yet, yearning for acceptance. They stood up and they said, we're going to ban the young. And they marched off with their equipment, and then one of them started rappelling up this Douglas fir into view. And we kind of held our breath, and there he was at the top of this ancient tree. And I remember he looked exactly like Abraham Lincoln. Side note. Apropos, perhaps nothing. Reaches over into the nest and takes one of the Eyas and is ready to put a band on its on the part of its leg just above its talons. You know, they track these birds. They research their migrating patterns and nesting patterns, and they say that they will be protected from modern living as a result of banning. I've been against banning myself. It's just
Surveillance.
anyway, it smacks of surveillance. All of a sudden, so I'm standing there with these thoughts, kind of wondering about the whole thing, and we're all kind of on tenterhooks here. And then all of a sudden, explosive, the other two young ones burst into the air. And they immediately start spiraling down from the top of this Douglas fir, and we, all of the birders, feeling implicated and curious and wondering, we go to the edge of the cliff, and we just see the circles around the tree, and we realize after a while that the birds are not gaining altitude, they're not flapping, they don't know how to fly, and presumably they were forced out of their nest a little bit early in the process, otherwise they would have been out of the nest on their own. Am I right? Yeah. And of course, the parents are circling above, going crazy, screaming. And then I remember we were like trying to follow them, but they kind of went around the edge of the mountain. And, you know, we were like a Charlie Chaplin crowd. We were like all looking. I'm surprised that somebody didn't fall off the cliff. Might have served us right. Because we never found out what happened. But the bander put the Eya that he had in his hand back into the nest and started rappelling down the Douglas fir. The border between the known and the unknown, between the natural world and our constructed world. That border. We just sang a song about borders, tearing down walls, burying. But it was clearly a case of just sort of going forward across the border into the west. It was westward ho. It was just, of course, the hegemonic presence of information, of academic accrual, of facts. George? Yeah, I felt the presence of a professor right over here. So anyway, think about that. That's a memory of mine. I just read recently And then as a result of this first exposure to it, I started following the theme. And that is that our visible life is only a very small percentage of the matter and energy that is of the earth. We're only a small, what's visible, what comes to our sense field. Oh, hello, everybody.
Hey, Reverend.
Is unnoticed, unnamed, uncredited, not studied very much. I think it's called, part of it is called dark matter, part of it's called dark energy. So it's essentially being dismissed by the scientists, and so they learn more about it. It's just being called darkness. And it's flowing through us, and these steel pillars and everything. It comes to some percentage of more than 90% of all of this is not visible to us. They have a way of weighing it. They get a very circumstantial proof that it's there, but it's a subatomic whirlwind that is inside of us and everything. And God bless us. Is this a surprise to anybody? Or is this common? Does everybody know about this but me? Am I the last one to find this? I started gradually becoming, very slowly becoming, you know, when you read about science reports, you just kind of like go into normal state, you know, like, oh, okay, you know. These amazing people are making these discoveries with these amazing instruments. The more I read about the fact that one illustrious Dr. of Darkness, he says that only 5% of all of this, we have a little human island where he made it look like we're a little human island, you know, surrounded by, as far as we can tell, nothingness. Because these subatomic particles have not been identified. They don't give off light. You can't take pictures of them. You know, I ask myself, what's the solution to wanting to do research? And you want your scientific people to be brave and searching and on journeys, following the theme that they may be interested in. You want that. That's the basis, one of the pillars of our civilization. Does that become a pejorative word, civilization? I only hear the word civilization anymore in next to the word collapse. Civilizational collapse. Well, it's, on the other hand, how would he have known? Well, we have to. You see, if you construct what to do and what not to do simply by what's right and wrong, right thinking is not very efficient. You're often wrong thinking you're right. Most of us in the world are, the wars, I just refer you to the wars, they all think they're right. The right thinking, dragging the question of morality, responding positively to some commandment or something. That whole idea, it doesn't seem, morality is like doing calisthenics. It isn't the way moral thinkers in my lifetime, the people who were most moral in my lifetime were the assholes. Dutch Calvinists on a rampage. So building your response, you come to the border, and there's the natural world. And what's on the other side of it? Darkness. You come up to that border, and there's darkness. And you go towards that darkness by building a case of what's right, of what's good, of what's effective, what makes sense in terms of the history that you know about that theme, that accrual, that gradualism is not working, and it is our civilizational habit. It comes from logic systems. It comes from neoliberal capitalism. All right. Let's say it like it is. It comes from making money. Filthy lucre. Building a case that you're right. That's the legal approach. Building a case by adding advertisements. That's the marketing approach. No! We will never stop poisoning the earth by building our response to the earth through gradualistic intellectual habits. Haven't we learned that with 29 coalition of parties, international climate conferences? We get there armed with correctness, armed with what's right, armed with what's wrong. We're ready to persuade anybody. And we end up losing to the corporations, to the big banks, losing to the governments that are clients of the big banks and the corporations. We need something else. Something very different than our approach that we've had so far to the thing that we all agree, everybody in this room agrees, we only have a certain number of months and years. We're involved in a fatal process here. And we're baffled, aren't we? We're so off the mark. We're so not doing it. Aren't we baffled by that? Because we're Americans and we're exceptionalists and we think we'll defeat things. We think it'll work out okay. We'll find a way. There'll be a technological solution. Carbon capture, perhaps. No, that's not working. And yet we're not changing our approach. Let me suggest, let's go back to the fact that we're a little human island, surrounded by what we used to call nothingness, space, vacuum. And that has always been so thoroughly otherized that we don't even think about it. Can't monetize it, can't market it, can't put it into a logic system. It's there. It's everywhere. It's here. It's our bodies. It's us.
Okay.
That day that we killed those goshawks, we had not made a way of looking at life from out there, from in here. We have not moved off our little human island. We had not found a new kind of sensing. We didn't think we had to. We had our hegemonic American thing going on. Didn't think we had to. Well, now we have to. Now we have to have a kind of shock compassion. A kind of breathtaking new way of looking. A kind of thing that will scare us. That will be a leap into another world. Yes. We can't just be safe anymore. We can't be just letting ourselves out from the dock with a rope. We've got to be weightless. We've got to go up into it. And look back at ourselves. And be unsparing in what we find. And be willing to make radical change. And a revolution never works in the United States without people risking their lives. And outside of Earthchxrch and a couple other people, we've not been willing to do that for, not for the earth, but we will now. Hallelujah. It's a leap. It's a complete change. Why not take the best that we have? What do we have that's the best that we have? Our imagination, our ability to see things that don't yet exist, to prophesize, to believe in something that is not there yet. That's how we change. That's how we make love to each other. That's how everything moves forward. We forget about that. Why? Go up into the 95% of matter and energy around us with that imagination. Call it fabulous. Fabulous. That nothingness up there, that's nothing, not nothing at all. It's fabulous. And I'm going to live a new kind of life with it, in it, with it. There, up there, down there, in here, down there, over there, in here, up there, out there. Fabulous. Fabulous. It's the unknown. It's the fabulous unknown. I love you. Fabulous unknown. Amen. Are you with me? Let's all find our fabulous unknowns today. Oh, amen. Praise be.
I'm walking in the dark light, when no names are given. I'm filled with the fabulous unknown. I feel the sun's fire deep in my body, the star that keeps me warm. I am filled with the fabulous unknown, and I see the world recede, the human story ending. I'm filled with the fabulous unknown. I'm walking through the dark light where no names are given. I'm filled with the fabulous unknown. I feel the sun's fire deep in my body, the star that keeps me warm. I'm filled with the fabulous unknown.
starting over here. Make them short. You know, if you want to know more, go to the person who made the announcement at the end. Here we go. Welcome, Amber's sister. Oh, you're so welcome here. Okay, going on. Anybody?
KJ has
JK.
Okay, so imagine this 1,100 acre, did I get that right? Depot, National Grid, that's pumping frack gas into our pipelines in Brooklyn and Queens and Long Island, Staten Island. Imagine that as a big compost heap. Fabulous. In fact, I'll tell you a very quick story, is that National Grid gave the community a baseball field right there on their depot. And the kids played on that field until it was found that the kids were getting poisoned from that field. So Thursday, Brooklyn, or anybody who knows anybody in Brooklyn, come Thursday night to the Greenpoint Library and help us shut down National Grid. Shut down.
Shut down.
The Anarchist Council is having this Wednesday, the 17th, a memorial for Tortuguita here, starting at 6:30. 6:30 to 8. There's going to be childcare, teach-in, memorial. It's going to be great.
Wednesday.
This Wednesday, yeah.
Thank you, Travis.
Hi, if you're not on our email list, please come to me and put your name on an email list. You get information on everything that we do, not everything, but shows and all that kind of stuff. So come see me after the show.
And we have raffles and giveaways on that email list.
Yeah.
Great email. We don't spam them. Yeah. Okay, Jess?
Hi. There are a lot of neighbors who have been coming together to provide support for the hundreds of migrants who are lining up outside of St. Bridges looking for shelter.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you,
Thanks,
Johnny.
Jess.
If you are interested in getting involved, please come up to me after. I'll stand in the corner with a notebook, give me your email address, and I will get you involved.
Thank you, Jess.
Hi, I'm from Chinatown. The Coalition to Protect Chinatown and the Lower East Side is very organized, objecting this expansion of a jail they want to do there. So I invite you all. This year we're gonna make an action within the Lunar New Year parade. This year is the Year of the Dragon, so we will make a gigantic people-operated dragon that says "No New Jail" on it. So if you want to get involved, talk to me. The parade's date is going to be February 25. I won't be there, so I will leave you to be there. February 25 in Chinatown. And if you want to talk about organization, we are making and organizing all the way till then, so talk to me. And also the group to communicate, to make this thing happen, is Art Against Displacement, AAD.NYC.
Thank you very much. Okay, there's a donation box. Alice.
Oh, just following up on Jess, is there something tomorrow that people can participate in terms of food?
Yes, at 10:30 tomorrow, a bunch of neighbors have organized to provide food at Tompkins Square Park, right across from St. Bridges. Bring any food you want. Bring yourself to help serve, to help with line management. The more the merrier.
Thank you, Jess. So there's a donation box here by Barbara. Please feel free to leave some. There's some pamphlets on the seated area over there, some lyrics and music. And
There's some pizza about to
yeah,
arrive.
we're going to have a little party after
Two
this.
Foods Pizza is giving us some pizzas for our opening night party.
Let's leave just another moment for Dr. King, please.
Yes.
Let us just rest in the gravity of a great man and all that he gave to us in the world. Let's just clap 7 times together. Ready?